Welcome to The Nooner, a daily dispatch of open-ended ideas from J.E. Peterson, but you can call me Jordan. For best results, head over to Substack, where you can sign up to get the Dispatch's Weekly Digest, which includes some extras that I don't share anywhere else. You can find a link to that in the description of this episode. Alright, here's today. Potty Training Myself, Part 3. Slaying the Dragon of Avoidance. Chasing dope is the main way I avoid facing things that are uncomfortable or scary. Chasing dope is the way I run from dragons. If there is going to be one set of behaviors, one ritual that is as effective for cope training as going to the bathroom is for potty training, it has to help me practice catching the urge to avoid something so I can work through it in the healthiest way possible. At the risk of straining my already mixed metaphors, allow me to suggest that the dragon I'm running away from lives only in my head. When I'm dope coping, it's like being trapped in a circular maze, chasing distractions while the dragon snaps at my heels. To get out of the trap, you've got to get out of the head. But how? By getting into the body. This is the basis for the cope training ritual I'm practicing, the healthy behavioral alternative to dope coping. What I've discovered is that if I can get out of my head and into my body, then when I need to use my head again, I'm no longer stuck inside the anxiety head trap, blindly running away from the phantom dragon. There are lots of ways to do this, but I found that the most effective way for me is to get my heart rate up, flex, and stretch my limbs. If I do even a minute or so of some high-intensity exercise, my attention can't help but move into my body. Then I sit still, and keep it there for a few minutes. Otherwise, I might just snap right back into the head trap. So I set a timer for 3 minutes and just breathe, or do some other kind of presence exercise. After 3 minutes, I use a pen and paper to answer a couple of questions. I don't use a screen for this because the point is to take it slowly. The questions themselves are simple and direct, aimed at helping me get back into my head without getting trapped. The first one is, how am I feeling? Taking a moment to honestly answer this question will not only keep me aware, it will also make it possible to answer the next question honestly. What do I want? It can be anything. No judgment. The objective is to identify the answer without taking immediate action. The answers to these first two questions can be very short, even just a word or two, just as long as I do actually answer them as honestly as possible, which builds naturally to question number 3. Is there anything I'm avoiding? Some action or task or decision? By this point, thanks to the bubble of mental and emotional safety I've created for myself, there's a good chance the answer is no, in which case I can move on to the final question, which is, what is the next and best action I can take? If all has gone well, by the time I answer that last question, I will be full of agentive energy and eager to take this action. But what if the answer to the third question is yes? What if there is something I'm avoiding? Something that threatens to spring the head trap? Then this is my opportunity to examine that thing from a place of safety, and to interrogate the avoidance, and look for a way to diffuse it, or work through or around it. Which, wouldn't you know it, leads to an answer to the final question, and me, sword in hand, ready to face the dragon. If you liked today's episode, I hope you'll share it with someone. No, I'm not asking you to spam your socials. I mean, obviously you can if you want to, but everyone knows a thoughtful, well-timed message can make all the difference in someone's day. So if the spirit moves, send a text. And if you haven't yet, head over to the Nooner on Substack to get access to the Dispatch's Weekly Digest, including stuff like music recommendations, TMI updates from my personal life, and the quiet satisfaction of knowing I like you more than other people. Okay, that's it for today. See you at noon tomorrow.